Welcome back to another video with That's Awkward ASMR. My name is Tatiana, and today I want to talk about Beacon Pines. Beacon Pines was a game that I very much needed this month. I was looking for something that I could really jump into, and it could really just take me out of anything stressful going on in my life and just let me be completely absorbed in its story. And Beacon Pines for sure gave me that. It has some dark themes and is a little creepy at times, but is absolutely gorgeous and, in my opinion, pretty well written. It is a great experience with lots of twists and turns that will have you like, wait, what? I won't put too many spoilers in. What I usually do is a quick overview of the game, and then I'll jump into maybe not necessarily like huge spoilers, but what happens in the story. But I will be showing gameplay from the first hour and kind of going into more in depth on how the game works, and my experience with the game, etc. So if you don't want to be spoiled too much, there will be timestamps so that you can go ahead and skip to the part you want to get to, or if you want to stop at a certain point, it will be labeled deeper dive or something like that. Beacon Pines was released September 22nd, 2022, and is developed by Hiding Spot Games and actually started out as a Kickstarter game. It's currently available on Game Pass for PC and Xbox, Nintendo Switch, xCloud, Steam, and itch.io. Beacon Pines is a cute and creepy adventure set within a mysterious book. You sneak out late, make new friends, uncover hidden truths, and collect words that will change the course of fate. This is no ordinary book. The story is not complete, and there are words missing that are important moments. Fill in the missing words and be pulled directly into the book to play out the events that unfold based on your decisions. That's kind of a quick synopsis that's on the website for the game, which I will leave down below. Any links for the game will be left down below. It was a really fun experience seeing how a lot of these different branches would play out. Like sometimes they would go into completely different directions that I wasn't expecting just based on one word change. And it was always really interesting to see how the story would end as you're trying to find the ending to the story through the whole game. And it was really interesting and really exciting when you found a new word to see how that would be incorporated in a different branch. And it always kept kind of the gameplay and the story feeling kind of interesting and new. Sometimes in the middle of the game, I felt a little bit of a pacing issue, and that could have been just because a branch I picked was very action-packed and very exciting, and then I had to kind of stop and go back and do a different branch to get more information, and it was a little slower, still good, a good story, but the breakup kind of got me a little impatient and wanting to get back to the other branch. But I had to just take a breath and be like, Tatiana, chill, experience all these different stories for what they are, and you'll ultimately get the bigger picture. And that's kind of what happened. So that was the only thing that was kind of, I would say, was a little bit like that I noticed during the game. Not necessarily a bad thing, but something I noticed that you could count as a negative. But other than that, I personally really enjoyed this game. Trying to uncover the mystery in Beacon Pines always kept me on my toes, and overall, it was pretty fun. That's about it for the quick overview. Now I'm going to start showing a lot of footage from the game. A lot more of a voiceover will be happening. So if you don't want to see anything like gameplay, you want to jump in after that quick synopsis, stop, go and play the game. Let me know what you thought. No spoilers for the game down below. Just let me know what you thought about it. We are going to jump into what happens for the first little bit of the game, kind of the intro, so you kind of get a feel for how the game works, and then I'll explain how I felt about it. So in the beginning of Beacon Pines, a book opens and it's sitting in a candlelit room on a table, and the narrator begins reading the book to you and acknowledging you as the reader. I just need to be clear with this. The narrator's voice is so ASMR. Like, it is such a relaxing, very clear, and the enunciations of words are so clear and just, I don't know, I found the person's voice is to be very relaxing. I thought was a very good performance overall, and truly the narrator carries the story in some ways. It's almost like the narrator and you are having your own story at the same time as the story happening, which I'll explain more in a minute, but 10 out of 10. I loved the voice, super soothing, super calming. Maybe I'll play a bit of it here if it's not too loud.
Normal isn't what it used to be. This is a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines.
10 out of 10. And you hear the narrator explaining that this is their book and it's not like other books. It's a story that has not yet been fully told, and the narrator goes on to explain that you and the narrator will be finding the ending of this book together. This kind of took me off guard at first, but it was actually something I was very excited about because I haven't experienced a game where you and the narrator are working together to solve whatever's going on in the game. But it was really cool that the narrator was their own character and you interact with them kind of separately, like you guys are trying to figure this out while the story's also progressing and going through different branches. So that was really fun and an aspect that I really enjoyed as the game went on. The book then turns the page where we reach chapter 1, and there is where we meet our main character, Luca Van Horn, a 12-year-old boy who is talking to a gravestone, and it is revealed that his father passed away 6 years prior. His friend Rollo is quickly introduced and gives a bit more exposition on what's kind of been going on in Luca's life for the past 6 months. We find out that not only has Luca's father passed away in the past 6 years, in the past 6 months, his mother has gone missing and his grandmother has moved into his house to kind of take care of him while his mother's missing. After the boys leave the cemetery, they run into a dandelion patch, and if you run around, Luca will actually begin to sneeze because the dandelions are getting all up in his cute little nose, and when this happens, an object called a charm is found and pops up on the screen. This comes in handy later, as charms are basically the words that you put into the story to cause different outcomes and different events, and you kind of play through them as they unfold. These are very important and they're hidden amongst the world or in different interactions you can have, but only through certain branches can you receive certain charms. All this is done so that you can find the right ending, often going through one branch, getting close to the ending, realizing something's wrong, and then going back and doing something different based on a different charm or a different word, like fight or struggle or run or laughing or chill. It really depends, and sometimes these words are used in ways you don't expect. Sometimes you'll find a charm and go, oh, that must be for this thing that happened in this other branch, and then it's not. As they continue walking, they talk about how it is the beginning of summer vacation and they want to do something really exciting. Rollo then explains to Luca why he ran up in such a rush earlier and reveals that he saw something that's going to make their summer vacation top secret and super exciting. Rollo goes on to explain that he's seen a green glowing light coming from an abandoned fertilizer factory that's way into the deeper part of the forest. It's very suspicious since it's been abandoned, and he wants them to both go check it out and start an adventure for the summer. The pair then set off to explore this warehouse, and that is where I'm going to stop because the adventure gets really crazy from there. The story and characters I thought were really well written. I truly cared for these characters. By the end of the story, I'm not gonna lie, shed a few tears. I was very emotional at the ending that I got, and I was really excited to meet all the people in town. There's a whole cast of characters in town that you can talk to, and kind of while you're doing this, you're trying to figure out who you can trust, who you shouldn't trust. You're trying to find out people's motives behind doing things, because there's a lot of weird stuff that seems to occur in this town, and it was quite interesting just getting to know characters, overhearing conversations as well. There are even other characters in the town. One character I really loved was a bat. She was super cute and she wants to be like a reporter, and she always had like the scoop on something secret she was investigating, and it was really cool just like some characters are trying to figure out mysteries just like you. Some would rather not talk about it, and some are just going about their daily lives rather unconcerned with everything strange going on. This game is, as you may have seen, super gorgeous. Like the art direction, the characters' designs is so beautiful and nice. They're so adorable and very expressive. They don't really animate, like move smoothly. It's more like they have an emotion and it will switch to that emotion, but very well done. It was, when a character would cry or be emotional, I would feel very bad. It was very immersive because everything's so gorgeous, even when you're running around in the world, talking to different characters or finding different things like charms and stuff, and you're exploring. It's very nice. The sound design was very nice as well. Overall, a really nice game. And just, it felt so immersive. Like I just sat on the couch and I played it all day last weekend because I had the time and I was like, I want to try something new, and this was on Game Pass. That's how I played it, and it was such not really maybe unexpected. I thought the game would be good. I heard good things about it. I didn't really look at reviews, but I always saw like, oh, they love this game, or how you see stuff like pop up on Twitter or whatever. And I was like, okay, like that's in the back of my mind. I wanted to check it out. The art style of the game actually is what initially drew me to it. And it was pleasantly a little more complex than I thought it would be, but very exciting. Some of the twists definitely had me a little shocked, like, oh wow, this is really where it went. But I was also excited and obviously suspended my was it suspend your disbelief or whatever, like, it's a fantasy story, anything can happen. So I was really engrossed in it. The twists were good. Some twists actually had me like, oh, like this is tea. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. It was very pleasant, very cute, very cozy with some kind of spooky vibes. Some people are calling it a horror game. I don't know. Maybe what I think of when I think of horror is different. I would say it's just more of a creepy kind of game, but some people have been calling it a horror. I would say it was more creepy. It's like a cute, creepy, cozy, spooky game. I don't know, but it was really good, and I would love to see more of this game, honestly, or even more from this dev. Like, this was really cool, and a super unique experience that I haven't had before. Overall, if you enjoy spooky vibes or story-driven narratives, this game is something that I definitely recommend you check out a little more. Maybe if it's watching the trailer or going to the website and reading more about it, definitely check it out. If it seemed like something you're interested in, the website and links and everything for the game will be down below in the description. If you want to check it out for yourself. I enjoyed this game so much, as I've said. It's probably one of the best games I've played this year. It was very unique and it stood out to me. It was just so cute, and it was a really cute game. So thank you so much for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed. There will be a lot more game reviews. If you have any games, whether they're small indie cozy games or AAA games you want me to check out, let me know down below. If I think they're really cool or interesting, I'll definitely check them out. We've got a couple I want to try. I want to play Slime Rancher 2. Maybe I'll do a little review. I was going to do a Coral Island, like first impressions, but apparently on Game Pass, which is where I was playing it, on PC, it deleted my save. I had like 8 hours of a save just gone, absolutely deleted. And the devs were like, yeah, it just happens, expect this because it's new. So I'm just gonna wait till the game is more stable on Game Pass before I play anymore, which was a little disappointing because what I saw of it was pretty good. But basically any extra footage I wanted to get, I can't because the game's just out, like the save just doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, there's lots more games I have on my backlog that I want to work through, and then just kind of do game reviews. Let me know if there's any you want me to check out, and as always, I hope that you have sweet, sweet dreams of gaming.